Look, we all want to be great in this life, right? We all want to go to the top. We all want to be the best. But in order to become the best, there are a few tips that you need to take. So in this video, I'll be discussing the different tips that you can take on board in order to stay motivated. So the first tip I have in mind is called start now. A lot of us have dreams and goals and things that we want to achieve, but we're so scared to start because we're so focused on the ending. We're so focused on how long the journey will be. For example, if I'm going to the gym and I think, oh my gosh, I've got an hour session in the gym, likely I won't go to the gym, right? So what I do instead is think of, why don't I just start now? Why don't I start for 5 minutes and see how I feel? So when you decide to take little strides, it's easier to finish. For example, I remember when I was at uni, right? When we had coursework deadlines, I hated coursework so much, right? But then the thing is, if my deadline was 2 weeks from now, the way to start was, I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna do bit by bit, day by day. And guess what? I would do about, maybe 30 minutes a day. By the time it got to the 2 weeks, my coursework was completed, right? But then if I'd left my coursework to the last minute, I would feel how much pain I'd have to go through in order to finish it. So my point is, guys, is when you have a goal, just start bit by bit. Lay the foundation. You remember, a house is not built in one day. You need to lay the bricks. You need to lay the foundation. Brick by brick, you will build a house. Be patient, but start now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised, guys. It's not promised. What is promised is the present. So start now. Whatever goals, dreams you have, make sure you start now. Look, it's always the start that's the most difficult. When we have goals and ambitions, the beginning is always tough. When you first go to the gym and you're working out, the first day is going to be tough. But guess what? After some time, you will build up some momentum. And once you build up momentum, that's when things get easier. So just start. I've come across so many talented people in my lifetime that had a great style, that had a better style than me, right? And I remember talking to them, telling them, look, start your fashion page, do something about it. And they would always say, oh, but it's long, the destination, and oh, I've got work and all of this stuff. Look, if you come up with excuses, you will never get the end result. You need to start now. For you to succeed takes time. It's a journey. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Little strides lead to bigger success in the long run. Right now, you may struggle, but guess what? In the long run, you're going to benefit because you started now. The principle of starting right now literally applies to every area of your life. Once you start to work on this, you will start to see drastic changes in your life. Look, small progress is still better than no progress. So the main thing is getting started. Once you get the engine running, hey, you can speed. And trust me, momentum is beautiful. Once you build up momentum, look, let me tell you something. For many years when I struggled on Instagram, when I struggled to grow, right? It was so hard, and there was times where I stopped posting, etc. But then when I started posting again, I would be like, oh, but it's not gonna work out, it's not gonna work out. But then I just kept going, right? And then at some point, I managed to build up momentum. And once I built up momentum, that's when my account blew up. So that's the message for you. Whatever you decide to pursue, whatever you decide to do in your life, just make sure you start now. Because trust me, in the beginning, it'll be hard, but I promise you, in the end, you'll be laughing. Because why? You'll succeed. We all want to look amazing. We all want to be at the top. We all want to be the best, right? And greatness exists in all of us. Trust me, greatness exists in all of us. I believe that there's something that you have that I don't have, and there's something that I have that you don't have. But guess what? That's the beauty of life, because when we combine both, we learn from each other. So what I'm trying to say to you is, apply those principles in your life. Start what you're gifted at. You might be good at cooking. You might be good at football. You might be good at whatever. Whatever you are good at, identify it and start now. Don't use the excuse of your current situation. Oh, I've got bills to pay, I've got this to do. Look, you're always gonna have bills to pay. Forever, we're always gonna have bills to pay. So don't let that be an excuse to not pursue your goals, because at the end of the day, you don't wanna be an old person, you don't wanna be elderly and then look back at your life and be like, you know what, I should have started. No, start now. You're alive now, you're present now, you can do it. I believe in you and you should believe in you. The one thing that separates people that succeed and people that don't succeed is persistence. You need to be persistent in order to achieve whatever you have on your mind. Nothing is easy, nothing comes easy. Everything comes at a cost. You must be willing to sacrifice in order to see changes in your life. You can't repeat the same things and expect to see different results. You need to change your behaviors to see different results. Tip number 2, the question you should ask yourself all the time is why? Once you dissect why you're doing something and you see the true intentions behind what you're doing, you're more likely to see progress because now you have a reason. For example, You might want to be successful. You might set a goal to be successful at something because maybe you have a child to feed. So every time you go about that task, you're thinking about your child because you want to succeed, because you want to make their life better. That's a why, for example. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves why, so then we can see really what our true intentions are. Once you know your true intentions, for example, I do this because I want to inspire people. So sometimes I may have low days. Some days I'm not motivated, right? But when I think of you guys and wanting to better you guys, I feel motivated to actually go out there and shoot content. So this is what I'm trying to say. Use what you love, use what you're passionate about, and go out and do it, because then you have bigger reason to actually stay motivated and you won't lose motivation. You need to look at the bigger picture. Once you get the bigger picture of what you're doing and your intentions behind it, you will start to see better results, drastic results, results that change your life. So whenever you're not motivated, just think of the reason why. Think of why you're doing that. And I'm telling you, once you start to dissect why you feel that way and why you want to succeed, you'll start to see changes in your life. Third tip, have a motto. Have something that you stand by. For example, my motto in life is, it's already a no if you don't try. What does that mean? It means that you miss every shot that you don't take. If you're in a situation where you know you must do something, right, but because of fear you don't do it, it's already a no at that moment. So you might as well try it, and even if you get a no, it's the same result as if you didn't try it. So you might as well try, because if you do get a yes, you will be proud of yourselves. I remember back in the day, right, I was walking by and I saw this beautiful girl I was attracted to. But then we looked at each other and I wanted to approach her. But then my mind started to tell me, no, she's not gonna like you, don't go for it, you know, and then I lacked motivation. But then my mind said to me, it's already a no if you don't try. And so I thought to myself, hey, look, if I go and say hi, if she rejects me, then she rejects me, right? Because it would have been a no if I didn't approach. But then guess what? I went to talk to her and it ended up being one of the best moments in my life. And the reason why it was one of the best moments in my life, because then I was able to realize that I was always in my mind, that I always thought negative, but actually sometimes when you think negative and you go for it, you can actually get positive results. So for me, that's what it taught me, and that's the reason why it was one of the best moments in my life. So when I was pursuing my goals and chasing my goals, whenever I felt, oh, I can't achieve this, I can't get to 1 million followers because it's unrealistic in this specific period of time, I started to think it's already a no if you don't try. So put in the work and see. And when you put in the work, you'll start to see different results than what you thought initially. So anytime I find myself in a situation where I'm feeling fearful, I think to myself, wait, it's already a no if you don't try. So just go for it. Even if you get rejected, even if you fail in that interview, even if you fail at this, at least you tried. And the main thing is not being a coward, right? You want to make sure that actually you live this life to your fullest potential, knowing your boundaries, knowing the limits you can get to. The only way you're going to figure out your limits is if you're willing to take risks. You've probably heard of people like Jordan Peterson who talk about how in order to see progress, it needs to start from within. So guys, you need to start believing in yourself. You need to start believing you can achieve these things. But the way to start is to start now and be motivated. You need to find that motivation within yourself, because we can take you to the water, right? But we can't make you drink it. No one can. You need to be your own source of motivation. Stop relying on others to feel motivated all the time. Sometimes it starts with your self-belief. So believe in yourself, guys. Another tip you guys need to take into consideration is how you pose in general, right? When you're walking about, how you present yourself, because the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you talk will illustrate to people how you are as a person. So if you walk with your head up high, people believe you're confident. If you walk slouched and you're like this, then you're more likely to exude that energy. You're more likely to bring out that type of energy, and you don't want to bring out that type of energy. You need to believe that you're the person that can win, and you can win. Research has shown that the way you carry yourself can affect the way you think about yourself. Another tip I have for you guys, which is the final one, is surround yourself with people that bring out the best out of you. And what I mean by that is surround yourself. Look, if you want to feel motivated, you need to surround yourself with motivated people. If you want to be lazy, then you surround yourself with lazy people. You can't expect yourself to become successful if you're always surrounding yourself with people that are not successful. So what I'm trying to say is, whoever you want to become, you need to surround yourself with those type of people, because surrounding yourself with those type of people will bring you closer to becoming that person. So if your goal is to become an entrepreneur, a businessman, a doctor, or whatever, you need to start surrounding yourself with people that are like that, because then you can gain knowledge. You need to surround yourself with people that are already at that stage where you want to be, because they can guide you, they can be your mentor, they can lead you to that destination. So now in you doing this, you're now molding yourself into becoming the man or woman that you desire to be. And isn't that a beautiful thing, guys? Congratulations, guys, you have now finished this lesson. So a treat for you guys, I just thought, you know what, let me set you a task. The task for today is write down all your fears, write down what you're scared of, what you're scared to attack, what you're scared to fail at, right? So when you write it down, I want you to go out there and prove yourself wrong. Go out there and succeed in those things. Some of it may take time, but like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a journey. But I'm telling you, as you start to tick these off, you start to become more confident, you start to be more motivated, which is what you want. So guys, I hope you do it and stay tuned to the next chapter.